Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Business Podcast, your source for all things business. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, today I have Sherri Murphy on the line, and she's CEO, founder, and president over at Elite Connections International Matchmaking. Sherri, welcome to the show.
Hi, Adam. Thank you for having me.
All right, so I'm excited to get into today's topic. So we're going to talk about how single people nowadays are looking to find love even more than ever. I mean, when this is being recorded, we're kind of just coming on still in the middle of the pandemic. A lot of us have been cooped up in our houses for a long time, so I'm excited to get your input on this as an expert. But before we get into that, let's first start off with talking a little bit more about what you're doing over at Elite Connections. Tell us a little bit more about your company, please.
Well, we've been in business for 26 years, and everything that we do is all about connecting people in person. We meet and screen everyone face-to-face and decide who we think would be a good match for each other. And we put people together. They go out and meet in person. There's not this internet thing back and forth, blah, 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 with text and all that stuff. We just want people to meet, see how it goes, make a friend, and see if they want to continue going out. So we've been doing that for 26 years. We've got, thousands of couples married, engaged, and living together, and we're working every day. That's what we do.
That's awesome. Tell us, it's a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, executives listening to this right now, and tell us a little bit more about the type of clientele and or people that are normally a good fit for Elite Connections. So they have a feel of it. They're at the very end of this, I'm going to give you an opportunity to leave your website or contact info just to make sure that the right people do follow up.
We work with a lot of different types of people, all different types of occupations, a lot of business owners. We have some retired people. So it's a lot of, I'd say the biggest majority would be, educated, they have a career, they're busy, maybe they've been married in the past, but they're divorced and they'd like to find someone and be married again. Or they just want to date, meet new people, they want to meet a better quality of person. Most of the people that work with us, some have tried online dating, some can't because, they're in the public eye, they just can't do that, post their pictures online. So everybody hires us for a different reason, but a lot of it is just the screening we do so they can meet quality people and not waste their time.
That's awesome. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. And talk a little bit more about your screening process, because I don't want people, especially if they've never used a service like yours with the pedigree and how long you've been in business and your process, they may think that screening is like going on Match.com and you just fill out a form, which that's not the case. I mean, it's a completely different ballgame working with Elite Connection. Tell us a little bit more about the screening process.
So we do start. We either have them fill out a form or we meet them in person and we fill out the form for them. Because first we have to decide if this is a person that we could work for. We can't work for everybody that comes to us. And, that they're open-minded enough to meet the people that are going to want to meet them, that are in the right age group and all of that. We check IDs and then we do a background check. We do several background checks on the person. So it's a lot of hand-holding and personal work that we do to make sure that the people we're going to introduce our clients to are quality people.
That's awesome. That's a big deal. So let's switch it up a bit. So I want to go a little bit further into today's topic. So a lot of us been at home, cooped up in this pandemic, all that other stuff that we've been going through, and you find that in your experience, like single people are looking for love more than ever. I mean, tell us more.
Well, I really think, right away, at first it was very quiet. I think everybody was in shock when we were like, oh, you got to stay home. You can't go out. Mm-hmm. So, but we slowly started getting calls and more people that wanted to sign up even before they could even leave the house. So I think quickly it made people realize, I don't want to be alone. I want to be with someone that I love. I want to live my life not alone. I want to be, I want to have a family. So I think it really woke a lot of people up to what do they really want in life. And, running around dating, 20 different people, that's just not the case with most people now. They, I think it just woke up a lot of people to, family's the most important thing, and having someone in your life that you love, it's really number one.
Wow, that's a really interesting perspective and insight from your side. You're like, so basically everybody's been at home and they're looking back, and I think also some people finally had time to think, because we are almost forced we all normally have these busy lives, especially a lot of your clientele. I mean, they're going to be successful in whatever business they're in. That and success many times equals being really busy. So not having time to just sit down and think about what you want, especially as your career, progresses and you become more and more successful. It's not like you ever get to just hit the pause button and say, oh, let's see what I want to do now. You're kind of on this train that just keeps going, and you're riding and you're trying to control it, but it's still going. So I feel like a lot of it has to do with people just being able to sit back or even if they were forced to sit back and think.
Right. And figure out what's the most important thing in their life. They had time to think about it. You're definitely right about that. And close friends and the people that you did get to stay in touch with, they became even more important to you. And I think people, because they were stuck home, I think a lot of people got online and started doing the online dating, connecting with people, and they probably had a lot more time to do that, and so that was even more frustrating, and decided, this is just not the way to go. So once they really gave it some effort and tried, they realized it was just not getting them anywhere.
I got it.
That works for some people, but not for everybody.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. So that being said, so there's some people listening right now that are like you just described them to a T. They're listening to this. Maybe they got that little pang in the side, and they're like, oh, is she talking directly to me? That's exactly what I'm thinking. She just read my mind. So for that audience, those audience members that are in that situation, and they do want to learn more about what you're doing over at Elite Connections, can you walk us through kind of like what the process looks for somebody? So they give you a call or they connect with you, and then what happens next so they have a good feel for it?
Well, we just ask, some personal questions. What age are you? What age do you want to date? What are the most important things that you're looking for? What area do you want to date? And we go through all of that. Then we just make an appointment to either meet them face-to-face or meet them by Skype, whatever they feel more comfortable doing right now. We've had people that are meeting in person. They want to do that. So it's whatever people feel better about. And then if they decided they wanted to join, we would do all our background checks, all of that, get their information together, get some good photos, and then start sending them people that we think would be a good match. If they say yes or no, then we go to the other person. If our client has requested to meet another client, then we go to the other client, show them the new client's profile and information. It's private. It just only has a birth year. It doesn't have a full birth date, no last names. So we keep everything private. We never give out email addresses or phone numbers until two people want to meet. Then we just give out a phone number. We set up the date. We ask both people, what days are you free? And we make it easy. We do all that, instead of making people do phone tag back and forth, we just set up the date and they meet there, see how it goes, and then if they like each other, they go out again.
Man, this is awesome. You're spoiling these clients. I love it. Yeah, that's awesome,
yep.
Sherri. Spoiled. So that being said, if somebody's listening to this and they do want to connect with Elite Connection, what's the best way for them to follow up with you and your team?
Oh, well, the best thing to do would be either just go to our website, eliteconnections.com, and then any email that goes through that website will come directly to me. If they want to call, 800-923-4200. And we have offices all over Southern California, San Francisco Bay Area. We have New York, Miami, all over Florida, Chicago, a lot of different areas. So you just send us an email and let us know where you live, and we set up a matchmaker to call you and talk to you about matching you in your area.
That's awesome. Well, Sherri, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about all the great work that you're doing over at Elite Connections and how you're helping, single people that are interested in finding love and kind of getting back in the game, maybe after they've been cooped up for a little bit too long right now, and helping them succeed in that. So thanks for coming on and talking about that. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store, and if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Business, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments in the video. Love to know what kind of projects and things you're working on. And Sherri, thanks again for coming on the show.
Okay, thank you for having me. Have a great day.